I know, man.
Exactly.
You're a slave to that bank.
Yeah,
I mean, you
yeah.
are. There's still slavery exists. I promise you. And it's because of debt, though. That we get in debt and we can't do anything. And you've got to work all you can. You got to do everything you can to service that debt.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I always told him not to do. And he's pretty well has done that. I mean, he's been a good manager because he had a good teacher. Because I got a lot of lessons.
Yeah.
You know, I got a lot of lessons.
No, hold on a second. I don't mean Charlie. I mean you, Charlie.
Me?
Yeah.
That I would do different now?
Yeah, I mean if you.
Oh, okay.
I know, little Charlie, I don't have no problem with. I think he's okay.
Yeah, he is.
I mean,
he's
we
like
don't have to give him no advice. But if you come and looking back on your life, where you were then, where you are now, the pitfalls and things that you would have liked to have been more careful with, the things you could have done better.
The things, that I could have done better.
That's hard.
Yeah, it's hard. There's a lot of things I could do better. It's the reason I'm having a hard time to pick out one to talk about. I mean, I think, sometimes I think probably what I did, I got in debt.
Right.
That I got in debt, and I had to work all that I can, every hour that I could.
Mm-hmm.
I'd work eight shifts a week.
Yeah.
And go to church the other two.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd work day and night, and then go to church the other two nights. And I got because I wanted stuff. I seen other people have stuff, and I wanted that stuff.
Right. Right.
And I wanted to be like him.
Yeah.
And that's what happens to young people. You see somebody out there that you want to be alike, but you can't be like them because they ain't nobody like them but them. You are got to be you. But you can take patterns after other people, and you can follow other people's advice. And I'm sure that, just like me, I could look back and I could give you advice on what not to do and how to do stuff. But then I had to go through that experience myself and learn it myself. And I ain't had an easy road. I tell everybody I've had a good life. I really have had a good life. And and I realize that it ain't going to be long. I don't have much longer left. I know that. I mean,
all of us.
Yeah, all of us. Yeah, I realize that. But I wouldn't get in debt like this. I wouldn't like I did.
It robs your time, doesn't it?
Robs your time. That's what I was telling you. Yeah. That time away from my family.
Right.
I couldn't spend time, because I had to eat late at night. Couldn't sit down. I had to eat fast.
Yeah.
I'd go down. I'd drive. I drove a truck back then, in the early days, and I would go down and be trying to eat and change gears all at the same time on a coal truck.
Right. Yeah.
And that's. Because I got in debt and stuff, and that's what happens so many times. You want to be like somebody else and do the things they've done.
Yeah.
And it really don't matter in the end. You'll look back on it one of these days and it didn't make no difference.
I think the Bible speaks a lot of pride, but we don't take it serious.
No, we don't.
Okay.
We don't take it serious. We get that pride in our heart, and sometimes we got to have pride. You got to be proud of who you are and what you've done.
That's different.
That's different. It's a different type of pride.
Proud and pride.
Pride. There's two different types of pride there.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that you know the difference.
Yeah.
There's pride, in wanting to be somebody else. That's more like the covetous pride,
Yeah.
Wanting something somebody else has got. And you just can't. It's hard for you to get it if you ain't got the situation they got.
Yes, sir.
We're in a different situation, different atmosphere than what they are.
And we don't know what kind of pain or heartache they're going through trying to do what you think. When you see them with something, you're thinking, boy,
they got it made.
You don't know how they.
I've seen people. I've said they've got it made. Then they'd come and want to talk to me about some stuff.
Yeah.
I found out they didn't have it made, but I'll never tell nobody what they told me. We don't do that.
Right.
Me and you neither one.
No.
If somebody tells us something, we never tell somebody else. I told them a little story a while ago about the girl, but I never told you who she was.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't care to tell you who she was. She wouldn't care either because she's in heaven now.
Yeah.
She ain't worried about this.
Let's see, when you give advice, though, and look at things. So when we look at things, if you could tell young Charlie, we're talking about family and parenting.
Yeah.
What would you tell him?
Well, I always tried, and when I was raising Charlie, I always tried. He always went to church. Started playing the piano when he was 4 years old.
Right.
I mean, really, that's a miracle. I mean, I haven't. He's never given me 1 minute's problem. I'd have to say that.
Yeah.
And that's a lot better than I done my mom and dad.
Right.
I went groundhog hunting on Sunday.
Right.
But Charlie never did. And it just. But I tried to I tried to just, do the. I done the best I could with him. I done better with him, but me, I would have. Once when I was going to church, I studied when I was going. I still go, but when I first started, that's what I meant to say. I studied and studied and studied, but it took me a while to get there. I mean,
yes, sir. So I think there's challenges that we all have that we look back on and think, well, I could have done this a little bit better.